Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from Phoenix. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM Rakah Kadash, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to your brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, man. And I want to get real quick, man. I just want to get into a quick lesson, man, about having enemies, man. Because you can't forget that we do have enemies out there, man. Just because you're on the work site, you're in a place where, or some Edomites or so-called white people, and they be nice to you. Hey, they're still your enemies, man. They're still your enemies. So you can't be fooled by that, man. You can't be fooled by their kindness. You can't be fooled by whatever favor, so-called favor they do for you or to you. You can't be fooled by that, man, because at the end of the day, hey, they're your enemies, man. And they deserve destruction from the Most High. The same thing with these 2/3, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Hey, you got to remember that hey, they're against you, man. And even members of your own household, like the scripture says, man. They could be your enemies. So you got to be circumspect in this thing, and you got to be you got to be a sheep among wolves. You got to be harmless as a serpent, but wise as a dove. But at the same time, you got to remember that these are your enemies, man. That that they're against you because you're in this truth. So you can't be revealing too much about yourself or too much about your character. You pretty much got to be like a Clark Kent, like the brother always say, man. You got to be a Clark Kent of this thing. Let your co-workers and your family and people that you're around, let them think whatever the fuck they want to think about you, man. Let them think you a nerd or a loser or whatever they want to think, man. Because you got to play that role, man. You got to play that role towards them. You can't be giving your pearls into swine, man. So you got to be circumspect of how you act around your enemies, man. And there's a saying that keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So that's a saying in the world, man. So you got to be circumspect about your enemies, and you got to know who your enemies more are, man. You can't be thinking that everybody's your friend because hey, nobody is your friend, man. The only friends that you're gonna have in this truth is your brothers, man. Your brothers that you out there on the highways and byways with, the highways and hedges with, the ones that are doing this work with you. Your fellow laborers. Those are your only friends. Those are your only brothers. Those are your only family. If you really want to think about it, you gotta, for everybody else, you just gotta play that role, man. With that, I want to get Sirach 12:10. This is Sirach 12:10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so his wickedness. Man, so the scripture says right there, never to trust your enemy. Never. So so you got to keep your guard up, man, at all times. You got to be circumspect at all times to the people around you, man. To these so-called white people, these so-called Edomites, these 2/3 your family members. You gotta have a certain a level about yourself to act towards them and around them. Hey, because the scripture says we have enemies, man. And it says right here, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so his wickedness. That's particularly talking about you so-called white people, man. And just because Esau show you a little bit of favor, or he do something good for you on the job site, the work site, or he give you a little raise, or he give you a little money, that don't mean nothing, man. That don't mean he's your fucking friend, And with that, I want to get a scripture real quick. Let me find it. Here it is, man. It's like I said, man. It don't mean that just because Esau do something nice for you on the job site, or your boss is fucking nice to you, so-called Edomite, or he show you a little favor, or he give you a little raise, or he do something. Yeah, he just still using you for fucking slavery. You just a good fucking slave. That's all, man. Just because so-called Edomite, so-called white person does something good for you, nice to you, or he's nice to you and your family or whatever, never trust an enemy, man. Because that's not he's not doing that out of kind of his fucking heart. Because if there was a law still in effect to treat you like shit, guess what? He will still treat you like shit. But they still have those Jim Crow laws, still going around where you have separate water fountains, and they call you all kinds of fucking nigger and spick and all this fucking tomahawk and all this shit. Like they did to so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. Hey, if that was still the way the social structure was, he would still keep on doing that to you. So never trust your enemy, man. I got this one right here. This is Proverbs 16:7. When a man's way please the Most High, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him, man. So just because Esau do you a little favor, or he help you out or whatever, and that's because the Most High put the spirit in that fucking Edomite to help you out for your benefit, man. It's not because he's fucking being nice to you because he fucking wants you, because hey, these Edomites are fucking wicked by birth. Hey, the wicked are estranged by the womb. You know, man. So just because Esau showed you a little favor, hey, don't get it twisted, man. Don't get it confused. You know, to your new brothers coming in, man. You know, you got to be circumspect about who your enemies are. You got to know that you have enemies. You know that when you come into the truth, you can't be looking at people the same way you looked at them before. You know, just because someone's cool with you doesn't mean they're cool with you, so to speak, man. And with that, I want to get Proverbs 21 and 1. This is Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, as the rivers of water he turns towards his will. You know, who are the kings of earth right now? So-called white people, the Edomites. They running shit. They ruling shit. You know, they could be managers and supervisors at your job. You know, so if they show you any favor or any kind of, you know, they give you a little extra crumb off the fucking table. You know, don't fucking think that they're doing that out of the kindness of their goddamn heart. They just want you to keep on working harder to be a better goddamn slave. You know, and if they do something good for you, it's because the Most High put the spirit in them to do that for you. You know, not because they're such a good motherfucking person, man. So never trust your enemy, man. Always know that the Most High is controlling all things. He even controls your enemies. And he controls these white people, man. He controls these so-called Edomites. You know, he used them as a sword, man, to punish Jake, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know? And we have enemies. This is true. You know? Instead, I want to get Romans 9:13. It's Romans 9 and 13. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, and that's, you know, that's you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But Esau have I hated. That's the descendants of Esau, you so-called white people. The majority being you so-called white people. And so the Most High hates Esau. Most High hates Edomites. The Most High got it in for you so-called white people. You know, because you are the enemies of the Most High, because everything you do is contradictory to the Most High and to his scripture and to his word and to his people. But you were set up like that. You know, you were set up as vessels of dishonor to be destroyed, man. With that, I want to get Numbers 24 and 18. God, this is Numbers 24:18. It says, and Edom shall be a possession. And so that's the fate of you so-called white people, man. You being our enemy, when the Most High brings righteousness upon his church, you will be a possession. You will be a slave, and you will do slave labor, harsh, torturous, hellish slave labor for 1,000 years, and you will be destroyed. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do violently, man. And so Israel being you so-called black, Latino, Native Americans, Yasharallah, Prince of Power, the Most High chosen people, we shall do violently, man. And you so-called white people, you are enemies. You know, you're gonna be a possession. You're gonna be in slavery. You know, you're gonna be destroyed. You know, that's what the Most High God's plan for his enemies, our enemies. Because the Most High set them up like that. Like the brother always say, man, this is the Lord's movie. You know, like the brothers always say, this is the Lord's movie. You know, he set it up. You gotta have a good guy and a bad guy, man. You know, and you gotta have a struggle and a conflict. You know, and you know you gotta you know. And the good guy, you know, you always gotta be the, you know, you share with the good guy, be the shit out of the fucking bad guy, man. You know, with that I want to get Deuteronomy 20 and 4. It's a Deuteronomy 20 and 4. It says, for the Most High your power is he that goes with you. And so if you're doing this work correctly, man, if you're sincere about this thing, you know, if you're putting this truth first in your life, and the Most High is with you, man. But if you're putting Esau shit first, if you're seeking to please his fucking ass first, you know, and you're setting aside the truth, hey man, the Most High is going to be with you, man, and your enemies are ultimately going to prevail against you. But it says right here, for the Most High your power, he that goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And so the Most High is able to deliver you at any situation, man, if he's dealing with you, if he's working with you, and he's only working with the men that are doing this work, man. He's only working with the sincere men, you know, that are paying great respect and honor to doing this work, you know, to putting the Lord first, man, in their life. You know, he's only working with those men. He's only going to be with those men, you know. So if you want favor for the Lord, but the Lord's able to deliver you out of any situation, no matter what it is. You know, you pray about it, you fast about it, the Lord will and can deliver you, man. He'll make situations and circumstances so that you come out on top. Even though it seems at the present moment that you getting fucked over, that you in the bottom, you know, those circumstances, he'll set up things so that you come out on top. You know, so you come out, so not really you come out on top, so that this word comes out on top. This truth comes out on top, because you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth, man. So if you pray to the Most High, man, to change your circumstance for you, so you can better do this work, or you can better be a better brother, or better serve the brotherhood, then he'll make it so. If you pray for it, and you know, you pray for it, and that's the Most High for it, he'll make it so. Because it says right here, for the Most High your power is he that goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you, man. And so the Most High is capable of salvation, of saving you from any circumstance or distress that you can find yourself in. But you just need to trust in him, have faith. And with that, I want to get Psalms 18:3. It's a real quick lesson, man. This is Psalms 18:3. And it says, I will call upon the Most High, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. Like we go, man, the scripture, Deuteronomy, man. You know, it's he that goes with you, man. You know, so we call upon the name of the Lord, man, in those times of trouble, when the times where our enemies overcome us, the Most High is capable of saving us from that situation. You know, it says it right here, in you know, in the scriptures, man. You know, and if you ain't believing this, if you gotta have faith in what these words say. You gotta have faith in what these promises say in this book. You know, because it's true. I'll read again. I will call upon the Most High, who is worthy to be praised, so I shall be saved from my enemies. So the Most High is capable of saving you from any situation that comes across you. He's able to change circumstances and situations to the benefit, the will of YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI. You know, but you just gotta have faith in what's written in these scriptures, man. You gotta believe in the scriptures. They gotta be real to you. You know, with that, I want to get Isaiah 34:16. This is Isaiah 34:16, and it says, is that it? No, it was a seek ye out the book of the Lord and read what I wanted to get. Salakia. I'll find it real quick. Yeah, it's Isaiah 34:16. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Not one of these shall fail. So you got to believe when the scriptures say that the Most High is capable of saving you from your enemies. You got to believe when the scriptures say never to trust your enemy. You got to believe that this is real, man. You know. I'm going to read it again. It says, seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. Not one of these shall fail. So there's a promise in the scripture saying that the Most High is going to destroy your enemies and deliver you from your enemies. You best believe that he's capable. He's more than capable of doing that. He's more than capable of changing these circumstances to your favor. Seek ye out Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Most High and read. Not one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth is commanded, and his spirit it has gathered them, man. Hey, so you gotta believe in that. You gotta believe in these scriptures, man. You gotta believe in these promises, you know. And with that, I want to get Psalm 17:9. I think it is. It says, keep me as the apple of thy eye. And that's what the elect is, man. The elect is the apple of the Most High's eye. Hide me on the shadow of thy wings. It's talking about protection from the wicked that oppress me. It's talking about, you know, majority of you so-called Edomites, man. They oppress us. From my deadly enemies who compass me round about. Hey, we're surrounded by enemies. We're surrounded by enemies right here in Babylon, man. You know, Ishmael's against you, man. That motherfucking that fucking Arab that runs a goddamn liquor store, he's against you, man. Why? Because he willingly sells you fucking poison. You know, he willingly sells you you know, it's poison to destroy yourself. He benefits of your own destruction. He benefits of your own destruction, man. You know, so we're the apple of the Most High, those elect men. Most High, when we be those men? Hide me under the shadow of thy wings from the wicked that oppress me. from my deadly enemies who can pass me around the belt. Like I said, man, we're surrounded by our enemies, man. Hey, that fucking that Ammon or that Moab in the fucking in that fucking 99-cent store that every time you go in that motherfucker you think you're stealing something. He's your goddamn enemy, man. Hey, these fucking Edomites and these fucking and these stores that you go into and these places that you restaurants or whatever you go into, they give you a fucking evil lie, thinking that you just nothing but a fucking fool, treating you like less than fucking human or less than fucking less than whatever. Hey, he's your fucking enemy, man. So you gotta remember that your enemies are round about you, man. You gotta remember that you're surrounded by your enemies. You gotta be circumspect about that, man. And with that, I want to get Psalm 21:8. This is Psalm 21:8. It says, thine hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. I'll start at 7. For the king trusts in the Most High, and through the mercy of the Most High, he shall not be moved, man. Hey, we're supposed to be those kings of the earth, man. Thy hand shall find out all thine enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. So you got to remember that there's people out here that hate us. There's people that wish for our death. Especially if you're a brother in this truth, man. You got to best believe that your name, your address, your internet history, your computer history, everything about you is on a list somewhere. But we shouldn't be worried about that because the Most High got our back. But you just got to know that exists, man. You just got to keep circumspect that's there. That Esau got your name on a fucking list, for you being this truth, for you doing this work, But we have that hedge of protection from the Most High. So he can't touch us unless the Most High say so. Because the Lord is with us, man. Your brother doing this work, and you're doing it, out of sincerity of your heart, to the best of your ability. The Most High is with you, man. The Most High said that he's with we with his men. Yeah, you're going to catch hell, man. That's part of this truth too. But for the Most High is with you, even in that catching of the hell. He's putting that affliction on you to strengthen you, man. And that's just quick little lesson, man, that I had. Thinking about these enemies, man. Thinking about how you really can't trust nobody out here, man, except brothers. Hey, the scriptures say that who is my brother, man? He does the will of my Father. Roughly paraphrasing, man. That's true, man. So don't be fooled out here, man. To your new brothers, man. Just because these so-called other nations, they ain't your friends, man. If they do something good for you or nice for you, because the Most High put the Spirit in them to do that for you, not because they want to fucking do it. With that being said, man, I want to say a quick little lesson. It's right here at the fucking plantation. That being said, I'll give once again give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI, man. And hope your brother was edified, man. With that, don't say shalom.